Hello everyone. Topic for today's video is diffraction at straight edge. In today's video, we are going to talk about diffraction due to straight edge, how the pattern forms and how to calculate the minima and maxima position for the same. So let us begin. Let us first discuss the diagram which I have drawn. So as you can see here, S is a slit which is giving out a cylindrical wavefront WW prime. If you have not understood what is a cylindrical wavefront, you can check out the video which is given in the description box. And AB is straight edge which is obstructing this wavefront WW prime. So S is actually a slit which we are observing from perpendicular direction. So it might appear as a dot, so do not confuse it with a spherical wavefront. So S is a slit which is kept horizontally and hence it is perpendicular to our screen, that is either laptop screen or mobile screen. And then AB is knife edge. Then A is the distance from the slit, that is the source of the wavefront, to the obstacle, that is the straight edge. B is the distance from the obstacle to the screen on which we are going to observe the pattern. And capital XY is the screen on which the pattern is going to be observed. As you see, small x, that is the distance at which we are going to calculate the intensity profile depending upon the distance A and B. O is wavefront, pole of the wavefront when I am joining S to P. O prime is the pole when I am joining S to Q. The straight line which is joining source to edge at point A is reaching to M, which is basically center of the screen. Okay. Now here we need to look at 2 to 3 important things. First is we are having two distinct regions here. M to P is our illuminated zone and M to Q is the shadow region. So first, if we talk about the intensity at point M, in this case, half of our wavefront is cut off. You will have only wavefront A to W. If my entire wavefront amplitude was A, then because of OW wavefront, which is half, it would become A by 2 in amplitude, and therefore intensity would become A by 4. Now we need to look at what will happen in the geometric shadow. In geometric shadow region, which is M onwards, I mean when we are going towards Q, you will have some zones coming in O to A, and you have another pole which we have drawn at O prime. Now, if we try and go anything below M, in that case what will happen? Your wavefronts will start to cut off. That means, let us first talk about a point P. At point P, how you are going to get the intensity in this region between P and M will be decided by the number of zones which are coming in the region O to A. So if O to A is containing odd number of zones, the point would become bright. If O to A is even, point would be dark. So here you will be considering the part difference. So obviously AP is longer as compared to OP. So at this point the part difference is AP minus OP. So if that is odd multiple of lambda by 2 or even multiple of lambda by 2, that way you consider. So as the distance will keep on changing, similarly the part difference will also change. So our Fresnel's zone theory tells us that if this O to A contains odd number of zones, that point will be bright. If O to A contains even number of zones, that is going to be dark. And that is what is depicted here, because you are getting maximas and minimas as you go away from the center. As you start to go in the shadow region and I start to have a pole which is inside the shadow region, then you will have some number of zones which are being cut in O prime to A. So because of that, what will happen? Your intensity will keep on decreasing. Let's say you're just gone below M, then let's say only first zone is cutting. That means you will only have the effective wavefront which will be devoid of first zone but going completely from here to W. So you will have amplitude A2 minus whatever is because of first zone. You go even into deeper. So let's say two zones are coming in. So intensity because of two zones other than, so A by 2 minus two zones. And you know that the corresponding values of intensity when we go towards higher number of zones decreases exponentially. Therefore, you get such exponential decay when you enter into shadow region. So now let us consider the number of half period zones in OA, and we are going to consider the part difference when we want to look at the intensity at point P. So my part difference would be AP. I'm just making a line. AP minus OP. So here my OP is SA is A and AM is B and PM is X. We are going to make use of all these quantities in order to calculate. You also take a pen and paper and do it with me. So now let us first write what is AP and what is OP. So can I write AP as, what is my AP? A and P. Oh, sorry. Or AP. So we can consider this right angle triangle AMP. So I can write AP as under root of AM square plus PM square, which is equal to, what is AM? AM is B and MP is X. So it would be B square plus X square. Then what is OP? OP is this line. So I will take a longer route to calculate OP. I can write OP as SP minus SO. So SP minus SO. My SP is, so I can calculate SP from this triangle. So SP would be root of A plus B whole square plus X square minus, what is SO? SO is only A. Clear? So now calculate AP minus OP. So AP minus OP would be, here we can apply a binomial expansion. So this one, if I write as 1 plus x by b whole square raised to 1 by 2. For binomial expansion, we need the condition that this 1 plus x term should be less than 1. And x is what distance at which you are observing, and your b is the distance from edge to the screen. So obviously b is much larger as compared to x. So you can apply the binomial expansion here. Let us first finish that writing AP in after the binomial expansion and then we'll continue. So our binomial expansion is 1 plus x raised to n. We only consider first term in binomial, right? Here we are ignoring rest of the term. So it is given by nx. So I can write it as equals 1 plus x square upon b square, 2b square. So this is our AP. We are taking common B, na? That I did not mention. So B we have to take common. It would become 1 plus x by b whole square raised to 1 by 2. Then after applying binomial, it will become b multiplied to 1 plus x square by 2b square. Now let us go to the next one. Next is OP. OP is SP minus SO, and we wrote SP as square root of a plus b whole square plus x square minus SO is a. So let us quickly apply binomial to this. So here also we need to take common. So here we will take AB common. So it would become A plus B into bracket 1 plus x square by 2 A plus B square minus A. So let us solve it more. A will be cancelled out and we will be left with B plus x square by twice of A plus B. So this 1A plus B will cancel out 1 power of A plus B. So now let us substitute. Our aim is to calculate AP minus OP. So AP minus OP would be B plus 1B will be cancelled out. So x square by 2B minus, we calculated OP as B minus B minus x square by 2A plus B. So we will be left with x square by 2 common. We will be left with 1 by B minus 1 by A plus B, which will be equal to AX square divided by 2B A plus B. So now this is our part difference. So now we know the condition for maxima and minima. P would be maximum when this part difference AP minus OP is equal to odd multiple of lambda by 2. So equate the two things. So if I equate, I will get AX square upon 2B A plus B equals 2M plus 1 lambda by 2. 2 will be cancelled out and we will get, our aim is to bring this answer in the form of x, which is distance from the screen, center of the screen. So write it in the form of x. In the form of x, it would be, we have to take root of 2m plus 1 into lambda into b into a plus b raised to 1 by 2, and at the bottom you will have only a. Condition for bright spot. Similarly, calculate it for the dark spot. So it is the condition for maximum. Similarly, P would be dark if AP minus OP is equal to m times lambda. So AX square upon 2B A plus B would be equal to m times lambda. Our aim is to bring the answer in the form of x. So x equals 2B A plus B m lambda divided by A raised to 1 by. Okay. So here if you see, for one of the set, you can say what all will remain constant? If order is changing, rest all is constant, right? So you can say that for bright also I can write like this. Here. So we will have x equals, if I write k as, because all these things are constant for a system, a plus b, b lambda by a raised to 1 by 2. So I can write things as k root of 2m plus 1, and my, for this condition we can write x as, rest all will remain as it is, it will be k times root of 2m. And then if we want to see how with the change in order, which is m, your fringe separation will vary. So therefore, if I substitute k over here, then I will be only left with 2m. So your x is k times root of 2m, and for maxima it is k root of 2m plus 1. For a equals infinity for planar wavefront. Let us rewrite maxima and minima condition again. So I will have max condition modified as x equal to, now what I am doing? Now I want to eliminate a from my equation. But you cannot do that right away because it is divided by a. So what I will do, I will rewrite this x equals in a different form. Now I will write 2m plus 1 and lambda into b. You keep this as it is in square root, and this side I can write the other condition as a plus b by a raised to 1 by 2. So this thing I can write in the form 2m plus 1 into lambda b, and this would simply become 1 plus b by a raised to 1 by 2. So now if my a equals infinity, in that case, this term will simply go out. Okay, and this would simply become 1 because at a equals infinity. So we will be left with our standard equation, which is 2m plus 1 b lambda, which is x. And similarly, for minimum, I will get x equals root of 2mb lambda, and same thing, a plus b by a raised to 1 by 2. So I can rewrite that as 2mb lambda into 1 plus, do the same thing, 1 by 2. So here also this thing will go to 1 and a equals infinity. So I can write equal to x equals root of 2mb lambda. Okay. The bottom two equations are for a planar wavefront. So now if you take any constant k and you take the upper equation and take it as root of 2m plus 1 and 2m, you can actually simulate the intensity profile for straight edge. So that's it for this topic. Thank you.